Hey pros, Crystal here from Crystal W Online. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make some Jamaican style sweet and sour chicken. Stay tuned. So to get started, I am seasoning our chicken parts with some of our Elite Eat seasonings, where I used our adobo seasoning as well as our world famous moon spice blend. I also used some black pepper. Now I already put the black pepper and the moon spice and adobo. Now to add a little bit of heat, I'm going to use some of the jerk chicken or Jamaican jerk seasoning as well as some garlic powder. Now, a secret of mine to spruce up my chicken is I like to add some ginger or some ground ginger. You can also add fresh ginger. I didn't have any fresh ginger, so I just used the ground ginger instead. But this is going to add that fresh taste to your chicken. Don't quote me, you guys. It really adds a lot of flavor to the food. Now, my father would be super proud because I am utilizing my hands to tenderize the chicken as well as to distribute all of the seasonings such as the moon spice, the Elite Eats adobo, and the jerk seasoning. Now, you guys, if you're new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And also just a reminder, you guys, that we are having a 20% off sale on all of our Elite Eats spices. That is including our moon sauce, moon spice, adobo, blackening seasoning, curry powder, and jerk seasoning. Now, we're going to make our flour to fry our chicken. So I don't measure, you guys, but if you really want me to give you a measurement, I'd say about 2 to 3 cups of flour. This is all-purpose flour. You are also going to add your seasonings to your flour. So I like to use my moon spice for everything. Okay, just a little bit, you guys. You don't need a lot. I also add a little bit of ground ginger to the flour as well. And then to add some sodium, I'm going to use my adobo rather than just traditional salt. We are building flavors here, you guys. Don't forget. And then some black pepper, okay? You can also use white pepper. Now, to add some crispiness to the chicken, I just add about a tablespoon of cornstarch. This is going to make that chicken extremely crispy. It is so good, you guys. Just try it before you knock it, okay? So add that cornstarch to your flour and then go ahead and just mix that flour up really well. Now, of course, you can dredge your chicken in a bag. I'm using a bowl just for the purposes of this video. You're also going to need a drying rack and a sheet pan. When you dredge your chicken, I am a firm believer that when you dredge the chicken, it's better to dredge it and set it for it to actually absorb that flour so you don't lose a lot of the flour in your fryer. Now, we're also going to add 2 eggs to our chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-mix my eggs in a bowl. And I'm also going to add a little bit of, you can either add habanero, you can also add wing sauce, which is the same thing. It's just habanero with butter, you guys, to your egg, which is exactly what I did today because I couldn't get a hold of my Grace. It was too far away. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the Frank's Red Hot Wing Sauce, which is just hot habanero sauce, you guys. That is going to flavor your egg. It's also going to add a little bit of more flavor to your chicken. So once I mix this really, really well, I am going to then pour this right on top of the chicken, okay? So this is going to work as our binder for our chicken and our flour. And then it's also going to just kind of help with that crispy richness that we're looking for. Okay. Now, because I'm putting the egg on the chicken, I put a glove on. I am not putting my hands into eggs and chicken. Like, I know I just can't do it. I'm a texture person, okay? And then all you're going to do is just make sure that you mix your chicken parts all through with the egg and cover them up. Now, I did not do a lot of editing with this video, you guys. This is just my raw me cooking on a regular day. And I just decided to share the recipe with you guys as well as show you guys how you can use some of our Elite Eat spices. And just a FYI, our spices are imported from Jamaica, okay? So just know that you are getting some good spices. Yes. All right, so a little trade secret, whenever you are dredging your chicken, it is best to squeeze your chicken with the flour. Okay, what that's going to do is ensure that the flour binds onto the chicken and you don't have any pockets left that are not covered, as well as you have a lot of loose flour where it ends up just shaking all off. Okay, so I like to do that with my chicken to make sure that every piece of it is covered with the flour, and then I do shake them really, really well to get all of that excess flour off. Once I dredge my chicken, I put it on a sheet pan to allow that flour to start to absorb before I drop my chicken in the fryer. The reason for that is if you just drop your chicken in the flour with the flour not really absorbing onto the chicken or becoming like that real coating, then you're going to end up frying a ton of flour, and your flour gets really, really dark, and then your chicken starts to taste really, really bitter. So that's just the thought that I have. Now, I have my deep fryer heated up to 350, and I have peanut oil in my deep fryer. I love to fry my chicken with peanut oil. It just enhances the flavor and it keeps the chicken from being super oily. And then that is going to sit in the fryer for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now, dark meat takes a lot longer than white meat, so just remember that, okay, you guys? Now, the chicken is fried, so this is exactly what it looks like. Nice and crispy, okay? And the reason why you want it to be a little more crispy than normal is because when we go to dredge it with the sweet and sour sauce, you don't want your chicken to get super soggy. So that cornstarch is definitely required for this recipe. So as I was editing this video, you guys, I found a video that Adriana decided to make while I asked her to watch the chicken so I could go and wash baby C. So I'm going to let you guys see the video that she made. It's super cute. It really made me smile. I love my babies. Like, they are just growing up. So I'm going to let you guys watch it. Don't laugh, okay? No, you're going to laugh.
Madre, I just want you to know I love you.
Just so you guys know, she calls me Madre, which is mom in Spanish, and I love my kids to death. Anyway, let's get to making this sauce. So I'm using about 3 tablespoons of the oil from the deep fryer. We are going to make our sweet and sour sauce, okay? So this sauce is really super easy to make. It doesn't require a ton of ingredients. So you're going to use your ketchup. And for me, I did about 2 cups of ketchup, I would say. Guys, I am an authentic cooker. I don't really measure a lot. So I say about 2 cups of ketchup for the 12 pieces of chicken that I made. And my stove is on medium high. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put your ketchup in your pot right on top of the oil. And then you'll take your spoon and you'll just mix your ketchup around, okay? It's almost like you're cooking the ketchup in a sense. This is just to get this sauce started. Now, when I first did this, I was like, sweet and sour sauce with ketchup. But then when I actually finished the sauce, the first time that I ever made this dish, I'm like, oh my gosh, this tastes so good. So you guys just follow me. I know it sounds weird, but just follow me, okay? So you're going to go ahead and just move your ketchup around in your pot. Now, I had other things that I had to get you guys, so I just left the pot here for you guys to just kind of marinate and see how it's moving and grooving. Remember, like I said, I'm doing this authentically, not editing anything, so it was just like we were cooking together. All right, good. Now, you're going to go ahead and drop in some bell peppers and green peppers. Now, I pre-chopped this before making this video. So I'm going to use I'd say about a cup of bell pepper, no matter whatever color peppers you want to use. It can be red, yellow, orange, green. It doesn't matter, you guys. Okay, this is a sweet and sour sauce. The bell peppers are definitely required. So I wouldn't really not put them in there, but they are going to make a heck of a difference in your sauce. Now, another thing that you're going to add is about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Okay, it doesn't need to be anything special, just about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. This is going to start that sweet and sour process. You're also going to need, you guys, just I'll let you know ahead of time, some pineapple juice as well as some chopped pineapples or pineapple chunks. I got them in the can, nothing's fancy. Now, we are not going to cook the peppers all the way at this step of the process, okay? We're really just building the flavors of the sauce. The peppers will cook within the next couple minutes, you guys. So don't feel like, okay, I need to cook everything down right away. Nope, you don't. Now, you are going to actually, you can do one of two things at this step. You can use water, chicken stock, or the pineapple juice from your pineapple chunks. Me personally, I prefer pineapple juice from the pineapple chunks. You're also going to need either brown sugar or white sugar. Now, I'm using brown sugar because I have brown sugar. I also had white sugar. The sugar does not matter, you guys. You just need sugar, okay? And I'm going to use about a quarter cup of brown sugar in this. I also like to add spice, so I use about a tablespoon of Grace. You do not have to add the spice, okay? You don't have to add the spice. It's not required. But I like spice. My family likes spice, okay? So now my stove is definitely on high, but I'm continuously stirring the ketchup. Remember, ketchup has cornstarch, or I think it's high fructose corn syrup in it. So, of course, it's going to thicken on its own. We don't need any flour or anything. And then I'm going to add about a quarter cup of brown sugar to this pot and allow that to also blend out for our sauce, okay? So right now we are building the base of the sauce. This sauce actually doesn't even take 20 minutes to make, you guys, because by the time you're done, you drop your chicken in there, dredge your chicken, and then you use the rest of the sauce as your gravy. It is so good, you guys. This is not like your average Chinese restaurant gravy, okay? Now, I'm adding the pineapple juice from my pineapple chunks. I would say that's about half a cup to a cup of pineapple juice. Honestly, you guys, you can add more because remember, this is a sauce, right? So I use a little bit of water that I had sitting on the stove, which that was about another cup of water. Because I know that I had 12 pieces of chicken that I needed to dredge, and I also needed more gravy. That is not going to change the flavor of your sauce, okay? It's not going to change the flavor at any sense. I promise you. Now, I do add a couple chunks of the pineapples to this because the pineapples help with the acidity. I don't put a ton of pineapples. That's just my preference. If you love pineapples, you are definitely welcome to add them in. Now, a little pro tip, a little added oomph to build on this sauce, because most people don't have this, but because you're watching this video, I know you have this in your pantry because your girl Crystal is the one who carries it, right? Now, when I tasted it, I said, it needs a little bit of oomph. It needs a little bit of extra pow, right? Yes, I got the ketchup. Yes, I got the pineapple juice. Yes, I got the bell peppers. Yes, I got the hot sauce. Yes, I got the sugar. But I needed to add a little bit of my extra favorite moon sauce. Okay? The moon sauce just brought it all together. It added that richness. It added a little bit of spice, just a very small hint of spice. Not much, you guys. It added a little bit of acidity, that barbecue-y. You don't taste like, it doesn't taste like barbecue. It just made the sauce rich. And my family loved this chicken, okay? Loved it. Anyway, I allowed this to simmer for about 3 to 5 more minutes. And I just put the cover on it. I put the stove down to medium. And while that was simmering, I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a couple carrots because we have to add some veggies to this meal. So what I did was I parboiled some carrots, right? And then I added some butter to my pan, and then I put my parboiled carrots into the pan just to finish them off because they were about 75% done. But nobody wants carrots that have like a bunch of water in them and they don't taste like anything. So the reason why I like to do mine this way is because we don't want water carrots, number one. Number two, we are building flavors. Like if you don't add seasoning to your food, after watching my channel, you need to be adding moon spice. You need to be adding adobo. You need to be adding moon sauce. I cannot say this more than once. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, you guys. Anyhow, I added a little bit of garlic powder to my carrots. I also added some of our blackening seasoning to my carrots because blackening seasoning has those Cajun spices. And then I added a little bit of crushed black pepper. Okay. So you are able to use your Elite Eat spices in multiple ways. Don't feel like just because it says blackening means you have to blacken your chicken or your beef or whatever. No, it adds flavor to your food. So I used it in my carrots because carrots are bland. Carrots taste like carrots. You have to like spruce up carrots, right? So I spruced them up with a little bit of blackening seasoning, and I just wanted to check to make sure that they were tender enough for my family to eat. They don't like them super soggy. So I left them on the stove for about another 5 minutes. And then I did add a little bit of water, a very small drop of water to it, just to kind of keep them nice and moist. Now that my sauce is ready, we're going to go ahead and dredge our chicken. So what you're going to do is you're going to literally take your fried pieces of chicken, and I did them about 4 or 5 pieces at a time, and you put them in the sauce, and then you turn them around in the sauce. You don't leave them in the sauce, you guys. You are just adding the sauce to the exterior parts of the chicken. Okay, this is why we call it sweet and sour chicken. Think of your hood Chinese restaurant. Is the chickens that they give you that's covered in foolishness dredged and wet with sweet and sour sauce? No, it's just on the outside. So that's the same thing that we do with our fried chicken. Hence the reason why I said add that cornstarch so your chicken is nice and crispy. Because by the time you wet it with this sauce and take it out, it's still crispy, but not burnt crispy. Okay. Anyway, I went ahead and did that with all of the pieces of chicken. Okay. I did not leave them in there. I literally just put them in and then put them back on the drying rack because nobody wants like soppy like chicken. Like if I wanted that, we'd make stewed chicken or brown stewed chicken. Nobody don't want that. We just want the sauce. This is going to be a hit at your next party, you guys. So try this recipe out. You're going to absolutely love it. Anyhow, I want you guys to see the finished product, which on my plate here, we have a little bit of stuffing. We have our sweet and sour chicken as well as our seasoned carrots. I hope you guys enjoyed this little recipe. You guys comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about the finished product. And don't forget to go to our website, Crystal W Online, and shop the spice sale.